All right, let's talk about wealth. But forget the stock market and retirement plans for just a second. What we're diving into today is something way more fundamental. What does it actually feel like to have money? Or not have it? We're going to go on a journey from sleeping on the street all the way to flying in a private jet to really get a feel for it. So let's start with this. It's a fascinating question, right? Kind of makes you think. And to figure it out, we're basically going to walk through a day in the life at every single level of the economic ladder. You're going to see how reality itself just, well, it changes with every single step you take up. You know, the real story of wealth isn't about that big number in your bank account. Not really. It's about the very first problem you have to solve when your eyes pop open in the morning. What's the thing on your mind before you've even had a sip of coffee? That is what defines your economic reality. Okay, so part one, survival mode. We're starting at the very bottom. And here, the focus isn't on next month or even next week. Heck, it's not even about tomorrow. It's all about just getting through the next few hours. Imagine this. You wake up and your body is just stiff, from sleeping on concrete. Your first thought isn't about your to-do list. It's, where can I find a bathroom? Where can I get some water? You immediately check the few things you own to make sure nothing got stolen while you were asleep. And look at this cycle. It's not a ladder, right? It's a loop. You find water, you find food, you find a safe place, you try to sleep. At this level, there's just no way to build any momentum. Success is just surviving until tomorrow. And then you wake up and do the exact same thing all over again. Okay, let's move up one tiny step. You've got a roof over your head now, but stability? That is a puzzle you have to solve every single day. You're not on the street anymore, but life is just this constant balancing act, a series of trade-offs. This little table here, it captures the mental weight of it all perfectly. You're not just paying bills, you're playing this high-stakes game with them. Which one can I pay late? Which late fee is gonna hurt less? Your phone is prepaid, so you're checking to see if you even have service today. Every single choice has this enormous weight to it. And this quote just hits hard. So now, maybe you're working poor. You have a steady job, which is great, but there is zero buffer. Absolutely none. One tiny thing goes wrong, a flat tire, you get sick and miss a day of work, and the whole fragile system you've built just comes crashing down. All right, let's move into part two, the planning zone. So we're shifting gears now. We're moving away from moment-to-moment survival and into a world where you can actually plan for the month. Life is still really tight, don't get me wrong, but there's finally enough stability to look a little bit further than just today. So now you've got a budget, you have a schedule, and you've got this small emergency fund that you really try not to touch. For the lower middle class, life is all about organization. Payday is every other Friday, and you know exactly where every single dollar is going to go. The key thing here, the really big deal, is that you're shifting from just reacting to problems to actually managing them ahead of time. You're not just paying bills when they're screaming at you anymore. You're anticipating them. You're using things like budgeting apps and autopay. You're finally starting to build something, even if it feels incredibly slow. And now, welcome to the middle class. This is a huge turning point. That system you've been building, it's now strong enough to take a hit. It can absorb a shock without completely falling apart. And for the first time, that constant low-level hum of financial anxiety, it actually starts to fade away. This chart really spells out the quiet luxury of being middle class. It's not about being fancy or extravagant. It's about having enough of a cushion to solve problems the right way, not just the cheap way. A faucet is leaking? You just schedule a plumber. You don't lose your Saturday trying to fix it with a wrench and a YouTube video. Okay, part three is where things get really interesting. Buying back time. The whole goal of the game changes here. It's not just about managing your money anymore. It's about using your money to get back your most valuable, non-renewable resource, your time. So now, in the upper middle class, you start consciously outsourcing tasks. You could mow your own lawn, of course. You could clean your own house. But you choose not to, because your time is worth more to you spent doing something else. You're literally buying back your weekends. And when you get to that comfortably rich stage, you're not just buying services. You're buying peace of mind. You're offloading the mental energy. Taxes are complicated, you call the CPA. Don't know what to do with your investments, you call the financial advisor. You're no longer the person who has to do the thing. You're the person who finds the right expert to do the thing.
And at the very top levels, this goes even further. You stop managing your life altogether. Instead, you manage the team that manages your life. You become the CEO of you.
Think about this. For the ultra-rich, your day starts with a short meeting with your chief of staff. Your personal trainer meets you in your private gym. Breakfast? Oh, that's made by your private chef. All of the little points of friction in daily life, they're just gone, wiped away by this whole infrastructure that's built around you. Your life is run by a personal executive team. You've got a chief of staff, security, a chef, a whole financial team. Your job isn't to worry about the little tasks. Your focus is on the big, strategic decisions. You might start your day just by looking at a one-page summary of your whole empire, and then you approve the big moves. And at the billionaire level, well, your name moves markets. Your decisions have a global impact. So your entire life is structured to protect your time and your attention for just those 2 or 3 huge, crucial calls you have to make a day. Everything else is just delegated. You want to fly somewhere? The jet is wheels up whenever you say so. This is it. This is the ultimate luxury. It's total control of your time, your attention, and your options. The world literally bends to fit your schedule. Your team handles all the crazy logistics, so you can be at a family dinner one minute and a board meeting across the country the next, with basically zero friction in between.
So when you boil it all down, what is true wealth? It's not just a number and an account. It's this journey, this progression from the constant, stressful question of, how am I going to eat today, to the incredible freedom of asking, what huge problem am I going to solve today? 24. That's how many hours we all get. It's the one resource that all the money in the world can't create more of. It can only protect it. And that's what this whole game is about, right? All the budgeting, the investing, the delegating, it's all a quest to get control over those 24 hours and spend them in the way that matters most to you. So, as we wrap this up, it really leaves us with one final thought. Wealth buys you options. Whether it's the option to quit a job you can't stand, the option to spend way more time with your kids, or the option to fund something that changes the world. It's all about creating choices. And that is what every level of wealth actually feels like.